Hey guys, how is it going? So like I said in my previous video, I almost completed the metalwork. There's only the battery box needs to be installed, but that's gonna be in a couple of weeks, I guess, because it's still not here. When it arrives I'm gonna install it, but that's I don't even consider that metalwork because it's just installing a battery box. It's not any repair or anything like that. But anyways, today I wanna finish with the fitting of all the parts. I mean, I have to bolt the body properly on the chassis, and I will install the doors, and I will install the bonnet, and I will make sure that everything fits properly, the gaps are good, because you know I worked on the doors a little bit, and there's possibility that now the lines are not the same as before, so we'll see. Let me get it assembled and we'll go from there. I don't know where to start. Alright, looks like it is where it's supposed to be, so now I'm gonna go find the body mount, the bolts, and we'll bolt it. So we need to find box number 7, and inside we have small boxes. In 7B is the bonnet hinges hardware, the 7J is the body mounts. So now we have to go in that pile and dig out box number 7. Fortunately, box number 7 was right on top. B. Okay, so it looks like these are the bolts for the hinges. Okay. And 7J is this one, yeah, with the body mount. Okay, that was easy. Alright, so I'm gonna use my old method of cleaning the bolts on the wire wheel, bolts, nuts and everything. Alright, so all the hardware is clean now, only this bolt is way too rusted, so I'm gonna have to change this one. Even the washer is like welded there, but the rest of them are in perfect condition, so we're gonna just reuse them. Alright, so we're gonna start with this. Ones are going here. Not these ones, for sure. Alright guys, so it is the next day here. Yeah, already. It's the next day already, because you know what happened yesterday? I tried to figure out what goes where and I couldn't, and I was so frustrated. I looked at drawings here in the manual and I couldn't understand anything. It just doesn't say the size of the bolts or anything in the manual, so you see it just shows 12 bolts, but what size are they, where the long ones go, where the short ones go, nobody knows. So I got really frustrated and I just decided to go home. But when I went home, I looked a little bit around and I found this is a body mounting kit that they sell, and they show all the parts, and still they don't tell you what size are the bolts, but based at least on the picture here I can tell what is what. And this is the whole set, and they also provide you with a drawing on which it says the long bolts are C, so they go on the outriggers here, the D, again these are the shortest ones, they go on the outrigger outside, and E goes on the outrigger. You have to go on A are the ones on all the way back, and the and there on A are these, so they go with these. And then all these so, like I said, to be able to put those spacers here, I have to lift the car again a little bit, just a little bit. I can't believe how balanced it is, you know, because look, only 2 straps, and it's so balanced. That's funny, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to leave it hanging just a little bit, so I can put the bolts on. As well. You know what, guys? I think that drawing is wrong, because a long bolt won't fit here. A short bolt would fit here. So one of these. So this long one, the long one goes to the front outrigger, and the shorter ones are here. Okay, that's perfect. And maybe the even shorter ones go here. Yeah, that's how it goes. Alright, so it's all mounted now, except the 2 bolts on the heel board. But the 2 bolts on the heel board over there are the ones that I'm missing. And actually, it turns out that the whole schematic there is wrong. So I'm gonna take it to the computer again, and I'm gonna show you what is the right combination. Alright, so just to clarify that, because it turns out that this schematic is wrong, and I wanna make sure that if anybody of you is following my video to install their body, I'm not giving you misleading information, and also for my own reference, so I can do that when I take the body off again and install it. I can re-watch my video and remember what's going on. So according to this schematic, these bolts, the 4 longest bolts marked with C here, they go on the middle outrigger, but that's not correct. That's wrong, because none of them goes there. Actually, 2 of these longest bolts go here on the heel board, where it's marked with B, and the other 2 of them go on this, the front outrigger, on the outside only, which means this is in the footwell, under the pedals and in the passenger footwell. So that's where the other 2 longest bolts go. And actually what we have here, where it's marked with C, on the middle outrigger, we have 2 of the shorter ones. They are a little bit shorter than these 4. They're maybe like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch shorter than these. So 2 of them go here on the outside, in the lower hole, and in the upper hole are these 2 bolts. They are a little bit shorter than this, maybe an inch shorter than this. Maybe it was a good idea for me to measure them, but I'm sorry, I didn't measure them, so everything is bolted now and I don't want to take them out. But so the rest is right. The 2 shortest bolts go in the inner hole on the front outrigger, which is in the engine bay, these 2 holes, and they have 2 spacers with them. And the these two bolts, the ones that have bigger threads, these are the only ones with bigger threads than all the others, and they have two spacers as well. They go here where it's marked with A, so that's correct. The only thing is these two pieces of rubber go with two of these long ones over there. Alright, so the body is all mounted now, and now we're gonna install the hood. And this time we're gonna use the proper hardware, we're not gonna use the hammers anymore. But before we adjust the bonnet, we're gonna install the doors. Alright, so the driver's door, so far so good. Even here, where I was expecting to be really bad, actually I'm pretty close to what I want, and that's perfect. I'm happy so far. So I'm gonna drop the hood and we'll see. I installed also the passenger door, and there I'm not very happy, but we'll get there. So I'm gonna drop the bonnet now, and I'm gonna try to align it with the doors. Right, so the bonnet is sitting a little bit lower here, but I don't have those the rubbers here on the side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna adjust the metal part to play as the rubber for now, but just to keep it on the right height. Alright, so that's the right height now. And now I'm gonna look at this gap. I want this gap to be bigger, and I want it to be bigger because actually I might make it a little bit higher. No, it's good, because when the door opens it might catch. And believe me, I know that from experience from my Spitfire. I have chips here on the doors because I made the gaps too small. And here maybe I'm gonna bring it a little bit more back, but not too much. Yeah, this gap needs to be minimum. This can be smaller than that. And I'm happy with this. That's perfect. So I'm gonna go on the other side and do the same. Alright, so this is the situation on this side. This gap is a little bit smaller than what I want it to be. Actually, it's not that. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, let's say I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this gap, even though here the bonnet still has a bow, which I have to deal with. Here it needs to go a little bit further in, here it needs to come a little bit further out, but that's easy. What concerns me though is this. This is a really bad bow that somehow appeared there, and I really don't like it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to weld a rod underneath here. I think that's the first door that I did, isn't it? Yeah. That's the first door that I did, and it worked on me, and somehow I didn't bring it back. Even though I put the ruler there all the time, still I have a bow. But again, this is not so hard. I'm gonna fix that. The problem is somewhere else, something that worries me, and I'll show you now. I'm concerned about this. You see, this is where the door needs to be. This is how it lines up pretty much with the fender, with the seal and everything, but here it is sticking out like 1/8 of an inch. And that's because when I put this piece there, I made it bow too much out. Even though I made a template and everything, but nope, it's not matching now. So from here, exactly from where I started with my piece, I guess, from here up, I made it bow too much. I'm gonna slip on it. For now, my idea is only to make a cut here, push it down and weld it again. Maybe that's gonna work, maybe not, I don't know. But I'm not gonna take too rush decisions here. I'm gonna think a little bit about it because this is something that I can't live with. It's sticking way too far out. Anyways, we'll see what we're gonna do about it, but the rest I'm happy with. The rest, except okay. So the driver's door was the second door, and I managed to do a better job with it. With the passenger door, I didn't do a good job, but anyway, it is what it is. We're gonna deal with it. So it became late now, but tomorrow we're gonna do the quarter valances here and the center valance and make sure they match. Oh my, there's a dent here that I didn't see. I had to pull because for some reason when I installed it I had to lift this side of the bonnet all the way up. If you can see here, the ovals, I used them and I lifted this side all the way up and this side is all the way down. I don't know if this is the bonnet or if this is the frame, or I don't know what is wrong here, but we'll see, because here you see what gap I have, and here I have double that gap. But we will see when we install the valances, when we install the center valance, we will see, and we'll go from there. But that's gonna be tomorrow, because today I'm tired already and it is almost 8 p.m. so I wanna go home and have something to eat. But tomorrow we're gonna keep going. Alright, so it's time to put the valances on, and I noticed that this one, the one that is good, doesn't have a bracket here. So I'm gonna have to take the bracket from this, and this is the one. This is the one that we repaired already, and it has the mounting bracket, so it's fine. So I'm just gonna take this mounting bracket from this one and install it here. I'm just gonna leave it loose so we can adjust it when it's on the car. And tonight we have a company. The customer. Finally, the customer got pissed off at me that I don't work on his car, and he started working on it himself. So what are we doing, John?
Well, we're going to take out the dash, steering wheel, and probably have to remove the gas tank so that everything will be ready for paint. So
we're gonna...
it's doing what Alain has not been doing since he's been working on his GT6.
Good customer, good customer. You still have to pay, you know?
Well, I better take her home then.
Okay. Doesn't fit. Why doesn't fit? The other way around. Right, so one side is in, nice and solid, and this is what was my concern, if this was gonna match, but of course everything matches. So because you know this is coming from Spitfire, it's not from the GT6, so I wasn't sure that everything was gonna be the same, but actually it matches perfectly. There's a room here for the bumper, so I'm gonna see if I can mount this piece now. I don't know what is it called around the headlight, and we'll see how this is gonna match. And then we're gonna move to the other side. Oops! I didn't stop, only on the other side. So yeah, I installed the other side, the quarter valance, but then I realized that I also would have to install the bumper and even the grille and everything, and make sure that everything lines up. So now you see, oops, so now if you can see, the driver's side of the center valance needs to come up, but that's okay. Or actually no, the grille is what is twisted a little bit. Okay, well, we'll have to play a little bit with it, but the thing is, I'm happy generally with how everything fits. Is it focused? I can't see. So here between the bumper and the valance I had to put a spacer, otherwise the bumper was pulling the valance too far out. Actually, even now it is a little bit out, so I need to make the spacer a little bit bigger, but other than that everything looks okay. These rings, they don't stay very well because the threads, they are aluminum and they have blind holes with threads, and the threads are gone. So I'll have to figure out how am I gonna hold these back there, and this one as well. I was thinking that I could play with the height of the bonnet a little bit from here, but actually I'm pretty fixed where it's gonna be by the bumper, because the bumper cannot go lower than that. So I had to raise this end of the bonnet a little bit. If you remember, it was all the way down before here, but I had to raise it so much because otherwise it was too low for the bumper. And when I raised it here, that closed my gap here. So now this gap is too closed. So now I have to push the whole bonnet forward to open this gap a little bit, but that's gonna open also this gap, which I think it's gonna work because now it closed too much too. Yeah, so that's gonna be fine. Not a problem. No problem. So yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there. I tried here a little bit with steel wool, the bumper, to clean it up to see what it is gonna look like, and it looks great. There's only one dent right here, and that unfortunately I don't think I can fix, but it is what it is, right? I wonder if the license plate is gonna go there, or no, the license plate goes underneath, but that's gonna block the airflow. I will see. Where are the license plates? License plates usually installed here? I don't know, we will see. Another thing I noticed, right here there's a stress crack, so I'm gonna have to weld that as well. Stress or rust, or I don't know what is it, but it is a crack, and here, so I have to weld here, and that's it. Otherwise everything fits pretty much okay. And like I said, I'm gonna have to play a little bit with this door. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do, but I screwed up a little here with this part and with the bottom, but we're gonna fix that. And yeah, so that, believe it or not, to install all these parts took me about 2 hours. Oh, and this dent here. And if you remember, I also said that there were some highs and lows here. I was gonna work on this when it is on the car, so now it is solid there. So now I can weld some studs here and pull here and here. But I'm happy. Generally, I'm really happy. Alright, so it's another next day here. Everybody names the days by Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday for me they're all next day. Yeah, because I work every day. But I decided I'm gonna start taking some breaks now from these cars and spend some time at home. So I decided I'm gonna stay late at night after work to work on my cars only in the days that end with Y. The rest of the days I'm gonna take a break. Anyway, so I've been chatting with Chef Tash last night, and I shared some thoughts with him about this view that you see right now, and I don't like something and he doesn't like it either, but it is what it is, I think, because I don't like these lights, how they're pointing up and sideways, and this one too, it's pointing up and sideways. And we've been going through pictures and I saw this picture, and look how the lights are perfectly straight. But there are also some other pictures like this one, for example, where the lights are on an angle like mine, and I'm not sure which one is the right way. But let's go back to this picture and look here at the side. It looks like this is going down like that, and if it's going down, then I'm gonna have a big gap here, which I don't like. So in order to keep this okay, and this, there's no way that this can be brought down. So I think that's how it is coming out of the factory. Just these lights are a little bit pointed to the side and up. I don't understand what's the reason for that, but so anyways, I'm not gonna bother too much with this right now. I'm gonna leave it as it is. So I'm just gonna try to pull this out a little bit and this area a little bit, because this is fixed on the car now, and then we're gonna go deal with the door, the passenger door.